Am I the asshole for calling my SIL stupid after she got upset about my wedding dresses? I am Indian American. My SIL is white. We're both getting married within a few weeks of each other. My parents and in-laws are paying for most of my wedding. My brother and SIL decided to pay for their own wedding. My parents are going to pay for the reception because the groom's parents traditionally pay for that, but they're paying for everything else themselves. My SIL invited me to go dress shopping with her yesterday. She already had her dress for the white wedding, and yesterday she bought lehengas, Indian dresses. For the reception and pre-wedding event, she's condensing all the events into one day. After she bought her clothes, she asked to see mine. I did most of my wedding shopping in India. I have 4 lehengas, all of which are from a famous Indian bridal designer. The one that I'm wearing to my actual wedding was about $10,000 USD, and all of them cost about $25,000. Put together, including jewelry and accessories. My wedding outfits cost around $50,000. I didn't offer any of this information. My SIL asked me to tell her. After I told her, she was pretty shocked and asked if I'm making my parents pay for all that. I'm not. They're paying for 2 of the dresses and the jewelry, but my fiancé's parents are paying for my reception dress because they're hosting the reception, and my mom's brother paid for my wedding dress because the bride's maternal uncle traditionally pays for the wedding dress. SIL said that just one of my dresses costs more than hers, and my wedding is probably going to overshadow hers because mine is 2 weeks before, and the guests are probably going to be talking about how her SIL had nicer dresses and a much more extravagant wedding. I said that she's being stupid and hardly anybody will even remember what I wore at my wedding. I'm generally pretty soft-spoken and I don't cuss, so calling someone stupid is about as harsh as I get. She got upset and left my house looking like she was about to cry. Later my brother called and said that she's really sad and should lied or changed the topic. I'm a really bad liar and I don't know how I could have changed the topic when she was there to see my dresses. SIL and I have been good friends since before she was with my brother, and she's always been very emotional. She'll probably be over it by Monday at the latest, but I feel bad about upsetting her. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Though I am curious about why she and your brother felt like they had to decline help from your parents. When there's that big a disparity between wedding budgets and family support, it's usually because there's some underlying tension somewhere. Maybe they just preferred to keep it low-key and under their control, and she had last-minute envy when she saw how luxe your setup is. If she usually calms down, reach out in a couple of days and ask her how she's doing. Not the asshole comparison is the thief of joy. She really needs to stop that. Focus on herself, her wedding, her day, and get her jealousy under control. You and your family made your choices as adults. Everyone consenting adults. She and her fiancé made their choices in regards to their wedding. The conflict is jealousy and comparison. But no, you are not the asshole. If you don't mind me asking, who is the designer? Manish Malhotra, Anita Dogger, Sabish Sichi. So many amazing options. Not the asshole. She asked for all this and you answered. Nah. But you're being very naive. Just because someone asks doesn't mean you need to answer. You don't have to lie or be mean about it. Just smile and fudge. Oh. Probably way too much. Want to go get coffee? I don't remember, I was so jet-lagged. I don't want to talk about it, I feel bad spending this much. But I'm only getting married once. Many Many things shouldn't be divulged to people you're not at least reasonably confident will react well, and keep your confidences. BC once it's out. You can't take it back. Edit Esh. Your SIL is being jealous based on the numbers you tell her. She should just mind her own wedding and enjoy attending yours and having hers instead of worrying about the silliest things. But you shouldn't have called her stupid. That was definitely unnecessary, and you should take accountability for that even if she does get over it by Monday. Be responsible for your actions, even if she said something that's ridiculous to you. You could point out that everyone will know she didn't have the financial help you did, and while her wedding may not be as fancy, it is all hers without compromise. It's something she can focus on and use to make herself proud when she feels inferior. Not saying either way is better. Just trying to bolster her self-esteem when as easy as it is to say don't compare. She's obviously already done it. It doesn't have to be something you believe for it to be true for her. Not the asshole. Indian parents just love putting money towards their children's weddings, but when one kid says no, they basically give up rights to compare against their siblings' wedding being more fancy. P.S. I think parents should put that money in a fund to help the bridegroom kickstart their life together. I don't even make in a year what you're spending on outfits for one ceremony. Sorry, yeah, I know that's no one's problem besides my own. But my God, that just makes me want to cry. Not the asshole or whatever. Are you getting your dress from Sabyasachi? His dresses are so beautiful. How are you supposed to lie when you don't know how she's going to react in the first place? Like if she was going off about you spending so much on dresses in the beginning and then ask, maybe you could fudge it a little. But just asking you how much did that cost, how are you supposed to know what answer she's looking for? Your brother's a little bit delusional on that one. You are not the asshole. Not the asshole. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Not the asshole. SIL should be grateful you didn't charge admission for the privilege of witnessing your fabulousness. Not the asshole. Don't ask questions you might not like the answer to. Not the asshole. You only answered questions that were asked. Most people don't ask for prices because it's rude. Pulling the whole wedding comparison overshadowing crap is lame of SIL. But you could have dealt with it more politely rather than just saying she is being stupid. You're the asshole. You couldn't have simply told your SIL that her wedding will be lovely too and not to worry about yours overshadowing hers. Calling her stupid was really the best you could do. You're the asshole. Actually, I think your SIL got very anxious about the situation and probably needed some consoling about it. Because she's right. Your wedding will be much more extravagant than hers. She just needed to be reminded of how it shouldn't matter and that she's going to be so lovely too. You didn't have to tell her that her feelings were stupid right to her face and then patronize her about how no one will remember what you wore when you have $50K worth of outfits. I'm going to say poor choice of words, but not the asshole. What was really wrong was for her to be asking the cost of things. That's rude. It's too bad that she didn't care for the answers. Your brother has anything else to say, remind him that polite people don't ask what something cost.